If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Static X. The name of the song
is Cold. Let's go.
Cold. Let's go.
Cold like Minnesota.
Cold like Minnesota.
dare you? Look, this is a Static X guy, and that's the Doyle guy. You can tell how there's at least some similarities between the dark hair. You still say no?
No, I don't see any correlation at all between the Doyle guy and Wayne Static.
Look at their hair.
Not even a little bit.
Whatever. Okay, no, this is not Hope Hell is Warm. That's because I was trying to prove my point. All right, Static X.
Let Stacy. Stacy, does the guy from Doyle and Wayne Static look like
No. Don't.
Familiar?
I haven't seen these people up close. I'm just looking at the album covers, so that might make a difference. Like, I'm looking at the album cover and I'm seeing like similarities between the dark hair, the way they do little spiky things, the face, the pale face. Well, one of them's face is a little bit more like round, or one of them more chiseled, or whatever you want to call it. All right, Cold, Static X.
Not even close, says Stacy. Not even close.
That's because it's
Yes!
Fernando. It's Fernando answering you right now.
Finally, victory! I've been agreed with.
Well, you liked saying that, didn't you?
Long live Chile. Okay, what do you
All
think
right.
the song's about? I got the lyrics right here.
Well, you know what?
I think it's a relationship song.
I
Inshallah.
wondered.
I think it's a relationship song. Go ahead. Cold, it's so cold.
I'll tell you, I don't know if when I read the verses, the verses to me sound very, very sensual, but then the choruses sound like they're not in a good spot. So I'm not sure what.
Yeah, Wayne.
Is this just showing them relationship, that's how things go, or
We kiss the stars, we rise, we are. Your name, desire, your flesh, we are.
no? You can't read it fastly. They're each pieces. We kiss the stars. We writhe. We are. Your name, desire, your flesh. We are. Like they're all
Okay.
different things,
So
right?
what do you think's going on there?
I mean, I just understood that they were under the stars together and they're doing stuff.
It's interesting. He says, your flesh, we are.
I don't think that's what he's saying. Your flesh, because he's talking about her body, and then he says we are, as in we are. Like that's why I think each of these things that they're connected, as in they're being done at the same time. But I don't think it's
Well, it's
your
not
flesh.
apostrophe.
It's not we are your flesh.
There's no, I disagree.
I don't. Okay, yeah, I know.
Because there's no apostrophe for your flesh. He's not saying you are flesh.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's saying that.
saying
He's saying
your
your flesh,
flesh.
your body. He's talking about her body, and then he said, "Oh, what do you think he's saying?"
I think he's saying your flesh, we are. Because that's what the lyrics
Well,
say.
I see those lyrics. I can read those, but I'm not understanding what. Are you saying something different than I'm saying?
Well, I don't know, because you said, no, I think it's talking about something else, so.
Say the your, because maybe I misheard you on the your. Say that again.
It's the possessive form, your flesh, we are.
Yeah, the flesh that belongs to the your, right?
Yeah, he's
but
saying-
there's no apostrophe, so that's not what it is. It's just your flesh.
I agree. Okay, so go on. So go on ahead. So how do you interpret that line, your flesh, we are?
I already did. I thought he says desire because they were desiring each other. Then he says your flesh. He's talking about her body because that was one of the things he enjoyed. Then he says we are. I think he's just saying like that they are existing together. Like I think it's just like.
So the we are is not necessarily connected to the flesh.
No, I think it's loosely connected just by that they are doing that. It is part of the flesh and what they're doing. But I think it's. How are you reading that?
I'm looking at we are as referring to what's above and what's immediately below.
So, yeah, just
So
say
what
it out.
he's saying is, he's saying we are your flesh in the sense that the two become one, right? Because God says the two become one flesh.
So why not say one flesh?
'Cause
Why your flesh?
he's saying he's becoming a part of her because they're entering into each other. So it's they're indiscernible to him when
That's
they're
even
connected.
better if they're connected.
Right? So
Yeah.
so your flesh we are. I think he's saying we are your flesh because there's a we-ness, there's a plurality and a singularity in a marriage relationship. Especially in sexuality, right? It's the two become one flesh, but they don't lose their identities, but simultaneous to that they're still one. So they're one and more than one at the same time. Mm-hmm. And the Christian doctrine of the Trinity kind of where you have God being one and plural at the same time. Mm-hmm. And so human beings replicate that kind of perichoresis is the term, but that kind of relationship. So when he says, desire your flesh, we are, and then the next line would be, we are cold, we're so cold. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think the we are goes for the your flesh right above, and it also is true as like cold. A bridge to go into the chorus.
Okay, and then what do you think cold means? You think it's just like, yeah, what do you think it means?
I think that...
Because he says it a lot.
Both of them, both of them had serious mental issues. I mean, he OD'd and died right next to her, and then she went off and took her own life. So I just think that both of them, this is kind of like a back-to-back thing about relationships. Like, the previous song had a lot of like practical, this is how you stay married for 19 years. And I said, like, you got to have the boring or the practical every day-to-day stuff, and then you can also have the you know, the hot and heavy, wow. This was a relationship where it was like it looks to me like it was always on 10. And I think unless they were together, the world was cold for them. See what I'm saying? So they were cold by themselves, but when they got together, they were able to like escape that. And so when he died, she was just left with the cold world. She was like, nope, I'm out of here.
So sad.
I'm out of here. And a lot of people, you know, romanticize that because, you know, Romeo and Juliet or whatever, you start romanticizing, you know, young lovers who'd rather kill themselves than be apart. And I understand that mentality, but I just think you can experience love in a much more intense way if you can do it over long terms, you know. So he couldn't obviously overcome his addiction issues. And I don't know what role she played in it, but she obviously made the decision. I remember when Wayne Static died. That was almost 10 years ago. He died in 2014. And it was a big, like, holy shit, man. Wayne Static, like, you never thought of him as, like, being suicidal. He was just always, he was funny. He was a funny dude. And then, like, I heard, like, a week or two later, like, Shorty took herself out. So, I mean, it's kind of a precautionary tale where it's like you got to have the balance. Like, your whole life cannot be subsumed by one person. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's unhealthy. It really puts you in a very precarious situation. Mm-hmm. You know, depending. I just think it was just too much for her because I guess he took a bunch of oxys and other things and, you know, passed out or whatever. And he never woke up. She woke up next to him. It was pretty terrible.
That's got to be traumatic.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like she, when you find that person, you know, it's very, very difficult. You know what I'm saying? To lose that. Like the way that she did, I just think she had a really difficult time dealing with that. But the world is a cold place, man. It really is. I feel you hear about it a lot on the channel because people will send you an email and say, this is what's going on, or you start talking to people, whatever, and just human beings' inability to be empathetic to each other kind of creates these relationships where you find somebody that finally understands your pain or whatever. It's very difficult to move on without that person. But you gotta figure out ways to, because the thing is that you're not going to be able to bring something of value long term to the relationship if you're that codependent on a person. Mm-hmm. It's just not going to be valuable.
Right.
And I'm sure there were other people in that woman's life that were, you know, could have done to have her on the planet. But the good side of this, though, is that I still think you can sing this song and believe in the song and have it not... Just because they, in my view, had an unhealthy... I truly believe they genuinely loved each other. But just because they had a... It didn't end well doesn't mean, like, the lyrics of this song are necessarily about codependence or whatever. The fact of the matter is the world is a very cold place. People generally do not care about each other. And the bigger issue is people generally don't really want to know another person. That's the other thing. It's like there's so many people that we walk past in Walmart and all the rest. It's like you were saying with Johan, where he realized that he wasn't really being looked upon as a unique person. He was looked upon as like a prop because he works at Subway making sandwiches. And, you know, it's that doesn't upset me in the sense of I understand that people do not realize how valuable another human being is. And they've got their own agenda. Like they've got a work to go to. They've got something going on with their kids, yada, yada, yada. So I'm not saying that the world is a bad place because it's cold and people aren't emotionally invested in each other necessarily. I just think that a lot of we're all so caught up in our own thing that it creates a coldness in the world. So when you find somebody that wants to know you, actually wants to listen to you, wants to know what's going on with you, wants to be there for you, it can become very significant. And I think that's important. I think that's also important in relationships. Like I'm a big realist, man. Like I believe the world is going to progress to go to be a better place, to be a utopia that we all want, but it's going to take a long time for that to happen. And so until that happens, we're in a really cold world, man. And so if you got a circle of friends, or if you've got that one person who's like knows you, wants to know you more, loves you, wants to love you more, like I remember one time my older brother came up right before he got assigned to where he got assigned, and you cooked whatever for us. And I was in the car and he said, "Hey, keep that girl close, bro." That's what he said to me. He's like, "Yo, keep that girl close."
I cooked the worst meal for you.
And my brother is a really, really picky eater, man.
I didn't cook the chicken enough. I wasn't familiar with cooking with a grill. Everybody usually did it, so I was cooking for the grill with you guys.
He was hungry too because we watched a Tupac movie. Then we went to Kennedy Park to play some ball, and you know he's a spook. So he had to have his Glock on him everywhere he went. So he's like, "Yeah, man, we can't, because if something goes down and I was there and I didn't do anything, then the entire bureau is gonna get yada yada yada." So we were at Kennedy Park. He's got his Glock under his shirt by the fence. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But my point is.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't know why I told that story, but it's a cold world is the idea.
Yep.
Is the idea. Shout out to my brother.
Good thing nobody's kid uncovered that. Could have been a lot colder. Holy shit.
Well, you know, people started arguing and all that shit. And my brother started looking at it. I said, "Nah, chill.
That's how they go down there.
That's how I go. You saw that one time.
Yeah, when I first came around when you guys were playing basketball, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's so funny because now I'm like a different person now. I remember when this is so bad. When we would leave playing the basketball, I would tell my ex, "You should be nicer when you were playing, blah, blah, blah."
Wait, who did you say it to?
I said it to my ex. No, that he should be nicer. Because some of the times I could see he was like losing his cool on him. Like, it's just a friggin' sport. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. 9.2.
Now I see. He
We actually interviewed the bassist for Static X.
Yeah, we did. That was a fun one. It was hard to hear in that back room. I was I hope that we can get some good sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, the interview's up on the channel.
The Static X show was one of the best shows. Because remember we were hanging out in the thingamajiggy?
Yeah.
Because we were outside the gate, so we were like on the stage.
I thought that was the show where more people were side-eyeing you. Is that the show?
No. The Static X one was the best one. Like, we had a whole crew.
Oh, it was that.
We were jumping around.
Yeah, with people with the face paint.
Yeah, we were jumping around. People were like, "Yo, give me a pick. I'm like, I got you, bro. I got you." Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a good show. And the dude that the dude that was Wayne Static was the dude from it's that band that you like. He was dressed backwards. He had his finger in the air. Die motherfucker, die. Remember that? I forgot the name of the band. Oh, they saw our interview with Static X. Yeah. Dope. Yeah, it was. See, they're on it. Yeah.
Dope is the name of the band?
Dope was the name of the band. The singer.
I need to bring some of that stuff back.
The singer just put on a Wayne Static mask and he came back out.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
him.
that.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I remember because his pass. You know how you get those chain things on your wallet? He had put his pass there, so when he was on as dope, I saw that pass. Then when he came back as Wayne Static, I was like, oh.
That's how you knew?
That's all I knew. That's how I knew. Because remember, everybody was like, yo, who is it? It's a big mystery, blah, blah, blah. I said, well,
I remember you pointing it out, yeah.
Press pass is right there. Oh, man. Oh, look.
Great.
Luminous Night gave me a 9.8 on my shred session.
So that means,
Yes!
that's another point for me because I said that it was good. And you were like, you guys have been seeing what he's been doing. He makes it look like I think that, that I don't know anything about this, that it's not that great. It's very good.
All I said, I didn't say it sucked. All I said was that I'm a limited guitar player. That's all I've ever said.
Does that look limited?
I never said that I sucked. I never said that I was trash. I just said
Pretty sure
I'm limited.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean I did suck for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
let's stay. Oh, he's doing a good job. Here we go.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job at it. And I liked what he did with the coloring on that video with the lights.
Yeah.
Had the 80s feel to it.
That's what I was going for. That's what I was going for. This is a 9.5 for me, actually.
I'm going to give this one a 9.8.
9.8. All right, guys. There we are. Stacy's Metal Family.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in. It was a blast. You want to play the solo thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Do
You
it.
want to have a review?
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Do it
Type 22 if you want to see us review Vin's solo. Vin's pathetic attempt at guitar playing. Shout out to Chris Liska. Love you too, buddy. Love you too. Yes. Fernando, gracias to Stas. Oh, look. So nobody wanted to see the solo. So we're
That's
done.
what 22 means. See it, you liar.
Huh?
22 means they want to see it. Look at them all. Ben 23.
What? Where is it?
What do you mean? Everybody's
lost it.
right
There
here.
it is.
This one was my favorite.
Which one?
Ghost Square, because we were having...
Square Hammer?
Yeah, we were having a lot of fun before that one starts. You come in my robe and everything.
Oh, yeah. Is
Yeah.
that what we did?
Uh-huh.
We got to do that again. That
I was
fun.
laughing so hard.
That was actually pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. We'll play the solo. Talk to the people. I got to download
Oh.
the song.
All right, you guys. Let me pull up the comment section.
Tell them to do an Ask Me Anything.
Yeah, I do, but they don't ask me questions. Ask me anything, guys. Or ask me a question for Vin, and I'll read it
I'm
off
going
to
to be
him.
on Middle America. I'm probably going to do an Ask Me Anything, too. We'll see.
There you go.
We'll see. It's pretty early in the night. I'm pretty sure they've got questions for you.
Do you have a favorite group to react to? You mean like when I see them on the list, I'm like, ooh. Well, I always say, I think it's Blue October Home.
Yeah, you like...
It's Blue October, right?
Anytime you see Blue October, you're happy.
Well, I said it wrong the last time.
Blue
Yeah.
October, oh my
Yeah.
God.
And anytime Pantera's on there, I like that. Eddie, anytime like that we're gonna be doing any of those. Remember we used to do people used to ask for the unplugged versions.
Yeah.
Anything that was the unplugged versions. I feel like I'm like, I like metal and I obviously like the electric guitar and stuff, but I'm always going to have a spot for the acoustic. It's always going to be. I think it's just because that was the music that I was raised on. But when it was few and far between, but that was what it was. There was no electric guitars. It was acoustics. And acoustics by a fire pit that's great. I like that.
Yeah, you like acoustic. All right, guys, here you go. Here's the debut. The debut. Oh, we got headphones on now. Let me hear more. Tell me. It's crazy.
There you go!
And it got high ratings.
Vin solo debut!
I should have put a poll, like some kind of a poll up there, you guys. That was how long did it take you to like come up with that one?
I don't know. You heard me. It's a couple days.
It was very fast. Okay, so Vin plays like a lot of different things, and my ears aren't as like tuned to like hearing stuff. So I'm like, that sounds like he's working on something new. And literally, it was like 2 or 3 days, and the whole thing was written. I was like, what the? Is she want more?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So it was crazy to watch you like come up with that within just a couple days and then throw it up there. And it's really good. It's really solid.
What did you say right at the end there? I said, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. I had a hard time transitioning to in some of those. So I was mad at myself. I was like, like halfway through the riff, I was thinking, halfway through the song, I was like, we got to reshoot this one. So I was going back and forth arguing with myself while I'm like, but it was only one note. So
yeah, because you made a face, I think, when the note thing happened. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Thank you guys so much. If you guys are politically inclined, I'm going to check you beautiful people out at Middle America in about 5 to 10 minutes. I think I'm going to cover a story and then I'm going to do an Ask Me Anything, I think. All right, dear listener. Good to see all you beautiful people. Shout out to Stacy and Fernando, you beautiful people.
Yes.
We are Vin and Sori.